Back to Market on Close. I'm Marley, Kayden here in Chicago alongside Sam Vadas at the New York Stock Exchange. We'll close out our show with our final thoughts as we usually do. Tesla is one of the names that's top of mind for me today for a number of reasons. First, it and Alphabet were two of the only Mag 7 names we saw in positive territory, but it also got a price target increase from Stifel. Analysts lifted the target to $508, up from $483, maintained a buy rating on shares. They cited improved performance of Tesla's full self-driving driver assistance product. For that, we also saw Elon Musk reiterating one of his newer ideas over the weekend that Tesla might build its own factory to build its own computer chips for AI computing. He said that the semiconductor industry might not produce high-quality chips fast enough for his AI vision. And we know in the past when he has a vision, it often comes to fruition. And lastly, the Wall Street Journal is reporting that Tesla is ramping up its efforts to decouple its U.S. supply chain from China. The outlet is saying the electric car maker telling its suppliers to remove all China-made components from parts bound for its U.S.-based factories. It hopes to switch all of the remaining parts to non-Chinese sources within the next 2 years, according to that report from the Journal. Also sticking out to me today is a lot of this action that we're seeing in cryptos. The rout continued today. Bitcoin prices falling down into the $91,000 range. But Michael Saylor saying that he sees it as a buying opportunity. Strategy disclosing that it bought more than $835 million in Bitcoin in the 7 days ending Sunday. That marks the firm's largest Bitcoin purchase since July. That brought its total holdings to just under 650,000 tokens. That's worth roughly $61.7 billion right now. Bitcoin has fallen almost 30% from its early October highs, just today alone falling close to 3%. Sam, what caught your eye during the trading session today?
Well, Palo Alto under a little bit of pressure today, down about 1% to end the session, and that's ahead of its earnings on Wednesday. And the cybersecurity company getting a few price target boosts today. BMO Capital now looking at $230 from $225 and keeping an outperform rating on the shares, saying it remains a compelling investment area with little to no AI dislocation risk. The analyst is expecting another strong quarter there. Mizuho also turning more positive on the name, also raising the price target to $230 from $220 and keeping an outperform rating there. The analyst there says while sentiment remains fairly negative, their software checks look very good. Shares have rallied 4 out of the last 5 earnings results. So investors will be focused on subscription growth and product revenue growth, margin expansion, and how the business is scaling. Now, Baba rallying today in a sea of red, brushing off concerns we talked about on Friday after the Financial Times reported that the U.S. is accusing the company of providing technological support for the Chinese military operations against American targets. Citi coming out saying that it sees the report serving as a near-term overhang on the stock, but views any sell-off as a buying opportunity, keeping a buy rating on the stock with a $218 price target there. So shrugging things off seemingly today. But heading into tomorrow, Marley, what will you be looking out for?
Oh, we're going to get Home Depot's earnings. I know we talked about Home Depot in Options Corner today. They're going to kick off this week of some big name retailers that we're getting. EPS expected to come in at about $3.81 on revenue of just under $41 billion. Comparable store sales expected to rise close to 1.5% with an average ticket of $89.20. Now, Home Depot did announce back in August it would be increasing prices in some categories to offset tariff impacts. So any commentary on how customers are responding to that will be in focus, as well as any updates on its pro business, because they've made some very big investments into that segment. Now, Sam, how about you? What are you watching?
Well, we're going to continue to see ADRs announcing their earnings tomorrow. Baidu is next up. This is referred to as China's Google. So the company's ad business, which is the primary revenue driver there, will be closely scrutinized. This is expected to continue to come under some pressure amid a challenging economic environment and local competition there from local Chinese video platforms, which is why its non-marketing revenue, its cloud business and also autonomous driving will be the focus for investors there. Microsoft's Ignite event starts tomorrow. We'll want an update from Satya Nadella and co on its AI progress. It's been a volatile stretch for some of these big cap tech names post earnings on concerns about AI valuations and their massive spending plans. So we'll see what they have to say over at Microsoft, Marley.
Yeah, we certainly will. You know, they were under pressure today, but that is going to do it for us today on Market on Close.